Hey Saskia, this is also for Sibylla, but since you and I have only done the roller once and she's done it a couple times, maybe it's good for you to have this. And we talked about using this band first, so let's do all of one leg and then we'll come back and feel how it feels. And then we'll do the other side. So let's do it together because it'll be more fun. And that way, if you forget anything, now you have a video. Okay, so you have your roller, but before we use the roller, let's get the rubber band and let's get your hip a little bit more, how do we want to say, maybe a little bit more of that liquid going inside the hip. So you put the rubber band around the arch of the foot, and then you want to do this. So you're holding on and your elbows are on the ground. And then just slow and easy push your foot forward, your heel, and then let it come back. Now, if you're shaking, don't worry about it. It's okay. And as you're noticing, my heel goes forward and then it comes back. My knee comes towards my chest, but it's not fast. And the knee comes back towards my chest and the heel pushes forward. It's hard to see right there, but the heel pushes forward. Forward. So if you want to, you can do this about, I don't know, 5, 6 times. This is not necessarily a recipe where you have to follow it word for word. It's just to help the body start recuperating. And this small little rubber band gives a nice little bit of resistance to help that hip feel like getting some more liquid in it. So now we're going to take the roller and we're going to use it on our feet. So you've done this before, and it's one foot. So you can do it sitting up like this. And you start a little bit before the heel, kind of where the sock is. It's a good place. So your knee is up and your toes are up, and your knee goes down and your toes go forward. And then we scoop the toes into sand, dig that sand, and then they come up. So the knee comes up and the toes go forward. Knee up, toes up, knee down, toes forward, dig, 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 and then we come back up. This is where I want you to find your own rhythm. Yep. Really important to find that rhythm. So again, this one we're sitting up. When we do the other side, I'll try to remember to lay down to show you what that's like. So at any time, pause this video so that you can do it a little bit more or a little bit fast forward, a little bit less. So after it travels up the calf, come down, knee up, toes up, knee down, toes forward. Keep this really nice and slow. And the reason you want to keep it nice and slow is so you can feel what is going on underneath the tissue. The more information we give the body, the better decision it can make for us. It's the same as us. The more information we have, the better decision we make. And these receptors that are using pressure are getting a lot of information, and they live right beside the pain receptors, and they live right beside the cold and the heat receptors. All right, so maybe the third time we push it down. Knee up, toes up, knee down, toes forward. Knee up, toes up, knees down, toes forward. Knee up, toes up, knee down, toes forward. Good. So right about here, that's a nice meeting point right there of your gastrocs and your soleus muscle. So cross over, and now you're just going to go from side to side. Pretty simple, pretty easy. This bottom knee goes out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Yeah. Good. Hold on to that. Yeah, I see that you can only see half of my head. How do I do this? Oh, so spin around the bottom foot. Maybe I could change it just a little, the angle. Yeah, not that you had to see my eyes. Okay, now spin the other direction. So we can spin one way, but sometimes the other way is a little bit harder. And if you can hear it, my ankle's going. Those cracks are not abnormal, so don't worry about that. We want to get some movement in there, and we want to get some fluid in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay down. And this one comes directly from Sue Hitzman's melt method. So she's got some great stuff on the internet under meltmethod.com. So this is right above the knee. And this leg is going to go in and then out, in and out. I think I'm going to have to, don't know if you can see that motion very well. There, maybe you can see that better. Really do want you laying down. Knee, heel goes in, foot goes out, leg follows, foot goes in, leg follows, roll the foot out, roll the foot. I readjusted the picture and I laid down. And we want that roller now just a little bit above. It's never underneath the knee. It's always a little bit before the knee, and now it's a little bit before the rumpa, the bottom. So the foot goes out and the leg follows, and the foot turns in and the leg follows. And get this kind of wave. And you can see my heel's dragging on the ground. And just feel that little bit of a wave. You want to put your hands right there and just feel what happens underneath the tissues, underneath our skin. There's a lot of muscle that's moving around, and that muscle is underneath the intestines. So every time that we do this motion, we're getting a massage in our intestines, which is super, super, super important. So now we've done the one leg. What I want you to do is to move to the other side. I know it's a little bit complicated, but we're going to have the roller in a different spot. But I want the leg that we've been treating to be on the roller. So when you're here, the knee is on the roller and the foot is on the roller. Find a comfortable position, placing your hand underneath your ear, underneath your head so you have support. And then just extend that leg. So the leg is on the roller right above the knee. So here's my knee and I'm right above the knee. And now bring the hip forward and then backwards. The hip forward and backward. And I'm twisting the heel up a little bit so I can use my big toe and then go forward and back and forward and back and forward and back and forward and back. So you can stop there, or you can go up a little bit higher on the leg. It's gentle and it's easy. Use the whole body. Roll forward and back. And if you can get the big toes, the big toe on the ground, that's great. But let this leg rest on the roller. Don't try to hold it up. Let it rest. It can be really sensitive in these muscles because of how they're connected to the hip. It's the inside of the hip they're connected to. And at this point, you can do that little kick. And you can even lift the heel up. Oh, but take it easy here. That's working these muscles. Good. So we're done with one leg. So being done with one leg, just lay back down again. I want you to feel how it feels to lay on the ground with both feet, both legs. So when you're here in this position, just check it out. How does the one leg compare to the other leg, the one that was treated versus the other one that wasn't treated? Here's what I want you to know. When you give these mechanoreceptors, these pressure sensors, more information, they can make a better decision about where your center of gravity is. And that's hugely important for how you move through the world. And when your body gets it, then your muscles also get it. And your hip will eventually, hopefully, feel better because these pressure sensors are helping your body make the decisions where your center of gravity is. And just feel the difference now. And because this video doesn't need to be too long, I want you to do the other side in the same way that we did. And then hopefully I'll make another video for Sibylla for the upper body, and you can do that too. So hope this makes sense and this is good for you. All right, take care, enjoy, bye-bye.